Hello guys, today I'm going to see about synchronous motor. So first of all, when we enter into synchronous motor, we need to know about synchronous generator. Why? Because synchronous generator which generates an AC electricity, whereas synchronous motor which generates a mechanical power. Okay, so the another name for synchronous generator is an alternator. So it produce an AC supply, okay, or AC alternating current, okay, an alternative. So today we're going to see about synchronous motor, okay. So synchronous motor means which converts an electrical energy into mechanical energy running at a synchronous speed. It is known as synchronous motor, okay. uh, we know that synchronous speed is around 1500 rpm, okay. What are the characteristic features of synchronous motors? Are it is not a self-starting motor. Why? Because we need to use some sort of source to make this rotor to synchronize with the stator RMF. Then only it attains magnetic lock condition. So that is one of reason it is not a self-starting motor. Okay. So second is, hence we giving constant frequency, it produce constant speed with irrespective of load. Whatever load may be vary, whatever load may be differ, but it produces a constant speed. Okay, and it can be used for the power factor improvement. In most of industries, they use synchronous motor as their power factor improvement. Why power factor is more important means when power factor is less, the electric device consumes lot of power, which will be increase the uh, cost. So overcome from this, if you maintain power factor uniquely, it will device consumes less power and the cost will be reduced. That's one of the reason most of industries try to maintain the power factor equally. um, Next, so next, rotating magnetic field. This is one of the important question will be asked in the interview perspective. A rotating magnetic field defined as a field or a flux having constant amplitude whose axis continuously rotating in a plane with a certain speed. Okay, so there will be each phase there will be 120 phase difference. So here you can see is that uh, for each phase there will be a 120 phase difference. Okay, next, construction features of synchronous motor. So the alternator and DC and also sorry, the wait a second. So hence no difference between alternator and synchronous motor. Why? Because the construction also are same, but the operation will differ. Okay. In synchronous machines or synchronous motor, it consists of stator and rotor. In stator consists of armature winding, which consists of uh, windings, three-phase windings, where it may be connected to star or delta. So when we supply AC volts current, it produce a rotating magnetic field where the RMF rotate at synchronous speed. Okay. Then rotor. So rotor is made up of field winding. So hence here we supply DC supply. Okay. So hence rotor made up of in two different constructions. Either it may be salient pole or non-salient pole. So salient poles refers to projected poles. Here you can see that the poles are projected. Cylindrical refers to the entire rotor will be in a cylindrical format. Okay. So in most of case, we use salient pole only instead of non-salient. So hence this rotor will be excited with a separate DC supply. So next we can see the principle of operation. So hence synchronous motor works in principle of magnetic locking condition. It means in stator consists of uh, RMF, in rotor consists of constant magnetic field. So the similar poles will be unlike poles brought close to each other means If the magnetic is strong, there will be just a tremendous force and attract between two force, and it applies in the condition of magnetic law condition. Here you can see is that the stator poles and rotor poles will be unlike poles. When these two poles come together to each other, there will be a tremendous force will be uh, generated. So and start attain to each other and makes a magnetic law condition. Um, so hence, if one pole has been rotated, the other pole will be rotates. So if different poles are be or same poles are be come close to each other, means it will repulse. It will be repulse each other. That is a count condition where it is not a self-stored motor. We can see later on that. Okay. So hence the principle of working operation of an synchronous motor is magnetic law condition. Okay. So then the most important concept, why synchronous motor is not self-starting motor. So hence I says that hence when supply to the synchronous motor to the stator winding, it produces rotating RMF, whereas initially in the rotor will be stationary. So when there will be an same pole, it will repel each other, not it will attract each other. So it will not to the entire state not will be attract each other. So for overcome this, we can use damper winding. Once damper winding also there are several methods. So this is one of the reason why it's not a self-starting motor. So for overcome this, we can use uh, Pony motor. A Pony motor is a small external device or induction motor which can be fitted to the rotor, where initially in the rotor where initially in the rotor has been rotated with the help of an Pony motor. Once the rotor attains synchronous speed, then the DC acceleration will be starts on. Okay. So and then damper winding. A damper winding refers to small copper bar that has been fixed. See here, it has been fixed in the pole phase. Initially, the motor will be starts working like a synchronous, sorry, works as induction motor. Once it attains the synchronous speed, the DC supply will be switched on it. So it is one of the method, and then a slip ring induction motor, whereas the rotor winding are made up of in terms of slip ring induction motor. So and then loss is small using small DC motor. So whereas there is small DC motor which has been fixed in the rotor, it 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 makes the rotor to attain synchronism, and once it attains synchronism, then the DC supply will be switched on. It is similar to Pani motor. Okay. So next, the power flow of synchronous motor. So in terms of interview perspective, we don't want to see these and all. You just need to know the input power factor formula only. But if you are learning in terms of any exam or any in the theory base, you need to learn these concepts. Then only you can solve the sums or problems. So that's all for today. Tomorrow we can see what is my hunting, and then what is power factor, how can we improve power factor, and then most important, what is synchronous condenser. This all tomorrow can see, sir. Thank you.